Okay, so finally, I want to talk about just going back to your book and the story of Jewish history. The Messianic era. I understand that we yearn for this idea of a Messianic era, an era of peace for the entire world, an era of spirituality and connection. But why do we need, I've never really understood this, why do we need a Messiah? Why do we need to have, it seems like it's it seems almost un-Jewish in a sense, like rallying around a single person as like our savior,
right. Yes, indeed. Well, what sounds un-Jewish about it is relating to God through an intermediary. That, you mentioned Christianity, that is a problem we have. In other words, we are always dealing directly with the source and not going through intermediaries to whom we ascribe divine power. But the Mashiach, the Messiah, does not fulfill that role. His role is technically to be a king. And the role of the king, as the Rambam makes clear, is to unite the people. And therefore, he's not a person that will be worshipped as such. He's an individual, as a king is and should be, to rally and connect the Jewish people into one source that connects with the ultimate source. And therefore, just like there was always a Jewish king, which came at a price, often, nevertheless, the role of the king, he's called technically Achad Ha'am. The loose English translation is one of the people. But the deep translation, he is the oneness of the people. He is the Ma'ached, he's the one who unites the people. Or to give it a slightly different take, it's this, is that when the Mashiach arrives, not only will God be revealing himself correctly in the world, as he should be, and openly, but so will we. The Mashiach will be the one individual who unites humankind in a function that is what the human being should look like. Namely, the Mashiach will be the greatest, most incontrovertibly powerful king who's ever lived. Total dominion of the whole earth. Unprecedented, incontrovertible power. And he will show that he's nothing. That's humility. So that is the purpose. The purpose is to be a fully developed human being who unites all of humanity. It's for this reason that the path of Mashiach through history has always been so sordid. The seed of Mashiach comes through Lot and his daughters, Yehuda and Tamar, illicit relationship. Time and again, deception, the blessings going to Yitzchak, giving them to Yaakov when he thinks it's The secret is that for a number of reasons, the Messianic line has to come through the most apparently sordid of all pathways in history. One of the reasons for that is because all has to be redeemed. All has to be uplifted. And therefore the Mashiach has to come from the deepest and darkest recesses of human history because he has to bring that home too. It's also why he consists of a Messianic, of a convert, a line of converts as well, who's the great-grandmother of King David, Ruth, right? So that we are talking about bringing in the sparks from the whole world and uniting them. The Mashiach has that function too.
But America, for example, sort of said that they're going to be sort of one people under God. They didn't say one people with our, president or our ruler under God. So I'm trying to understand the function of this leader in how does having one person that we can all focus around, how does that help?
Yeah, you see, Ollie, you're raised under the banner of a democracy.
I know, very
and
conditioned.
Democracy is, as many have said, the best of very bad options. But nevertheless, it's probably the best we can do now. But that's not the Torah model. The Torah model is a royalty where the total manifestation of the royalty is only in bondage to the people. Right? There's no personal aggrandizement of the king at all. And he is representing the divine rule on earth. He's the point of connection between the two. We always are doing that one way or another. We to the Leviim, to the Kohanim, to the Kohen Gadol, right? Yes, this was one of the debates that took place in the early years of Hasidus, the Hasidic idea. There's the Rebbe. On the one hand, you're able to be uplifted through him. On the other hand, there's the danger that he will be seen as larger than life in some way, which could be taken amiss. That was the issue. So there were two approaches to that, of course. One was to let that flourish, and the other was to be very skeptical of that. But nevertheless, this is the concept. The concept is a messianic persona who will unite the Jewish people around that figure of a king, whether it was Moses in his day or King David in his day. That will be replayed.
Rabbi Tatz, always fascinating. Thank you so much for joining us.
Right, thank you very much.
To stay up to date with JTV content, click subscribe here if you're on YouTube and hit the alarm bell. And if you're on Facebook, hit the like button and under following, click see first. If you enjoy watching JTV content and want to help us continue to grow, please consider making a donation to us by clicking here.